Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to my kitchen. Just kidding, this isn't my kitchen. It's Scott Conant's. He is a celebrity chef. He's been on Chopped. He has 3 cookbooks out, and he pretty much owns every restaurant across America. He's also a heartthrob. Today he's preparing for an event, and it's taking place in like an hour, so he has to cook and stuff, but I just don't have a lot of free time right now, so I was like, Scott, I have to come over. He's like, fine if you have to. Inconvenient Interviews with Risa. Hey, Scott.
Can I buy you a coffee?
What are you making for me right now?
I'm making you an espresso. Do you take sugar in your coffee?
Always sugar, milk, ice cream.
Sugar, milk, and ice cream?
Gelato.
I don't have any gelato, if that's...
What? What kind of kitchen is this?
It's a good point. Do you have any gelato in your back pocket, Ivan? Is there any in there?
If I ever found a man with gelato in his back pocket, I would marry him.
You need to raise your standards.
Speaking of sweets, Scott, I heard that you love Skippy reduced fat chunky peanut butter.
I do.
So I went to the store and they were out, and I wasn't going to get you Jif because I know you always demand the best and you're specific.
Skippy.
You already have some. First, I want to present you from this gift from HelloGiggles. It is a sleeve of double stuffed Oreos because I heard you can eat a sleeve in 5 seconds flat.
Are you confusing me with Shaq?
No,
I think.
I've heard this about you. Don't act like this is fake, false information.
I love that you left the price on there, too. Rule number
I
one
think
of
you know
giving
how
a
much that costs.
Rule number 1 of giving a gift to someone is to take the price tag off. I don't know if you've ever...
This is actually the first gift I've ever not given to myself, so...
I feel bad for you.
Are you going to eat
it? All that microphone is really close to your mouth all the time, which I feel bad about, even.
It is no secret you have some of the best hair in the culinary world. So, is it true that your culinary team commissioned a portrait of you as a Tiger Beat pinup, and where can I see this portrait if it truly exists?
That happened, the Tiger Beat, that did happen. Are you going to drink this coffee, or are you just going to let it go to waste?
Oh my God. When Scott Conant makes you a cup of coffee, you have to drink it. It's so hard with a microphone.
You're doing a great job with that sugar. You got to stir it. It may help. It's okay. I got nothing else to do but wait for you to make your coffee. We have about 65 people coming here tonight.
Oh, that's no big deal. Cheers.
Just got espresso on your nose.
Is this a moment?
We're not having a moment.
Okay, I was just checking. Do you know in Lady and the Tramp, when they do that collaborative eating?
Yes, with the spaghetti.
Yeah, do you have any spaghetti around?
I don't, no. Don't get any ideas.
So what are you doing to prepare for your event today?
So I have a few meetings before the event, but we have some porchetta in the oven. One of the things that I love to do for events is I take olives like this, and we just lightly warm them. It doesn't really go with espresso. Yeah, there you go. So taste the difference with this olive when it's warm. You know what an olive tastes like when it's cold. Taste it warm with a little bit of olive oil and herbs. How delicious is that, right? The flavor really kind of comes out, and it becomes juicier and sexier. Everything about it is just correct. We're gonna go to the porchetta.
Oh right, I totally forgot about the porchetta.
Okay, so watch.
Oh, I want to eat it now.
So the porchetta being slowly roasted with the
feel the heat on my back.
I'll move my hand. So we're roasting that. We're going to make little tigelle. Tigelle are like these little particular breads from Emilia-Romagna outside of Bologna. And we're going to make little sandwiches, like a broccoli rabe salsa verde and with this porchetta that we slice. It's awesome stuff.
Who are the people who get to eat this food?
The people that pay for it, of which you're not one, so you can't have any.
So did you know that in folklore, the shape of a tortellini is based on a woman's belly button? Did you know this?
I did know that story, yeah. Let's hope that most women's belly buttons aren't that, abundant, let's say.
I'm hearing that
right?
Loud and clear.
That's, yeah.
You've said that your daughter's tuition is going to be spaghetti money, but they take only American dollars.
I think the quote was more along the lines of, this spaghetti is going to ultimately pay for my daughter's school tuitions.
It's supposed to be the best spaghetti in America.
Is that right?
I read that online.
Oh, that's good.
Is your house the house that Ravioli built? all right, if I'm trying to like turn it on and turn it up for a date, what's the sexiest meal that I could make for someone?
I'm a big fan of like things that are like porridges and puddings and having a texture with that as well. So it's like the softness of something, the suppleness on your palate, and then a great depth and funk. So like polenta or a funk. Funk is sexy. Like Taleggio cheese is like sexy.
Because I never think of the word funk with food as like a positive.
You clearly need to get out more often.
Is it true that they call you the tomato whisperer? And if so, what's the best way that I could whisper to a tomato to actually get a response?
I think I've only been called that like a couple of times a few years ago.
All over the internet.
Here's a clue. If the tomato talks back to you, go to the doctor.
You were originally going to school to be a plumber, but there were too many people in the program. So, your like backup plan was to be a chef. Do you ever just see a sink or like a toilet and you're like, oh, that could have been me?
All the time. My brother-in-law is a plumber, so I watch him do all the work, and I think two things. First of all, I despise physical labor, so there's that. And second of all, I love wearing my pants like that. So there's.
So what do we have here? Are these some foods for the party?
These are gougères for tonight. We have these beautiful gougères. We're going to put Parmesan cheese on them. They're like cream puffs. What was that? If I can't say gougère, I'll say cream puff to you, and you get that. So when they cook, they'll just puff up nicely, and the inside will be hollowed out, and we'll be able to fill them with deliciousness. I only have a couple more minutes. We have to hurry up. I'm looking at the clock.
So scarpetta is when you take a piece of bread and you like sop up all the good stuff on the plate. What's the Italian word for when you just like lick the plate?
You would call that person a scustamato, is what you would call him. Because
What's
nobody
that?
picks up a plate and licks the plate like that, because that's like.
Yeah,
really
that would be
rude.
so gross. Who would do that?
I mean, who would do that? You do that, don't you?
You're working with a lot of chefs. When you're collaborating on dishes with a lot of chefs, how many cooks in the kitchen is too many cooks in the kitchen?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
Clearly, someone else gave you that question. You didn't come up with that yourself.
Actually, you're right. How would your wife compare your TV persona to your real life persona?
I have no answer for that. That's a kind of a crazy question. I am not, what people they edit on television. I always say I'm a pretty nice guy.
You seem really nice.
I even bought you an espresso, by the way.
And I even bought you a sleeve of Oreos.
That's right. But the espresso is more expensive, just so you know.
You never know. I mean, yes, there was a price tag on the Oreos, so you do know in this situation, but
I mean, some people charge $3.50 for an espresso. I'm not charging.
people charge like $12 for Oreos if you're at the airport.
I mean, yeah, that's maybe. I'm exhausted. I mean, this is a really tiring interview. This is like,
I feel like we barely moved.
Is this over? Is this done?
We're almost finishing up, and then you and I will go have a snack.
I have some good snacks for you. There's a sleeve of Oreos some crazy person brought in. I'd love to give
Maybe
you
we
one.
can deconstruct them. Thank you, Scott, for this incredible interview in your kitchen. This is Risa with HelloGiggles and Inconvenient Interviews in Scott's beautiful culinary suite. I think I'm going to have a snack now.